Married, but you're not a maid. Ladies, I am just saying this. You can't sit down with a man sitting and working, toiling, and you're like, oh my God, I'm married. But you're working like a maid and you have no connection and nothing is going on. My name is Nancy Mitchell with Love Guru, your guide to better relationships. And today is day four of my series of you being married and what connection or disconnection that you have with your mates. So day four, right? Date nights is not going to be something that you can fix by avoiding what you do on a daily basis. You can't do that. Okay, ladies, men, you cannot do that. I'm fixing my little notes right over there. Okay, don't come for me. So anyway, I wanted to touch base with relationships, marriage, the relationship that you have when you're married. When you went down that aisle, you said, I do. You said, this is the guy, this is the lady that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And then 6 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you're like, oh my God, I want to just strangle her. She's just talking too much. Or I want to just strangle him. He's cheating, or something is going on, or it's a disconnect. He's not there for you. You feel like you're alone. You're working like a maid. It's just crazy. I want to make sure that you start thinking of what is it that you want in a relationship, and if the marriage that you actually signed up for, if that is truly what you want in your life. You got to make sure that this is what you want. And if this is what you want and you both party needs it, the man and the female, you got to put in the work. You got to go to counseling and make sure that you save this marriage. Okay, very important. So anyway, in day 4, challenges surface level romance as a band-aid. So you put on a band-aid on it because of you're trying to please society of what they think that your marriage is supposed to look like, and you're trying to please them because you don't want them to say, oh my God, Nancy got divorced, I can't believe it, I don't. Or this one was saying, oh, I know you're going to get divorced, and then you go get divorced and you feel like shit. Ladies, men, don't even worry about that. That's not your concern, okay? Your concern is supposed to be what you want as a person, and if that's what you're getting, if you're not getting, you try to get it fixed. If you can't get it fixed and it is over, then let it go. Simple. But you don't want to have your female there sitting working day in, day out as a maid, and then you're married and that is what her life's supposed to be. No, definitely not. So let me start off by saying point 1, not day 1, day 4, but point 1. So you can flirt your way of emotional disconnection. So yes, you will make it feel like, oh my God, you are in love with her, you're craving her, and she is off, or there's something off with her that she is not getting. And most of the time, males, you got to start looking into it that, listen, if you see that, you're asking for sex and she is not giving it to you, it's not that she doesn't want to give it to you. Is it because, unless you have menopause or something else going on with her body. But if that's not the situation, then it's not that she don't want to give it to you. It's that there is a disconnect. There's a disconnection, and you got to find out what the disconnection is first. You can't just say, okay, there's no disconnection and I just love you, I want to have sex with you, and you're just using that to bypass all the disconnection and all the problems or all the things that she's feeling inside that you're not giving her, or problems that needs to be solved. I don't like to say problems, I like to say challenges. Because problems is kind of negative. So it showed as you have challenges that you need to get solved, and pretty much you try to just get that solved. Okay. Number 2 is going to be intimacy without honesty is a performance. Okay. So if you're not honest, you're intimate, you're having sex, the guy's enjoying himself, and ladies, you don't know. Okay. We ladies can sit there and we will have sex with you and we would pretend, and we're not really having sex. We're having sex, but we're not having sex. So that is something that, again, is unhappy, and it's not feeling good, and it's not the true you, and you just don't feel 100% into it anymore. So when you have that disconnection, I will always send you back to get counseling. Even when things are still going good and you don't think that there is any challenges, I always recommend for married couples to always, get some kind of guidance, get some kind of input into to what's going on, and making sure that you're not going to reach to the point where something is wrong and there is a disconnection somewhere, and then you wait till it get totally bad, and then what? You can't fix it again. You can't solve that problem anymore. So just think about that, and just make sure that you are, just putting in that work and making sure that doesn't happen to you. Okay. Now, number 3, real romance starts with real conversation. Man, I tell you, men not gonna understand this part, okay? Because you're just like direct. Okay, female is gonna understand this part so well, because that conversation, like in the day or days before, or whatever conversation that you have with your husband, with your wife, the conversation that you sit down and have as you're on the porch, or you sitting in the living room, you're watching TV, you're sitting down casually, nothing intimate, just casually sitting down having a real conversation that makes you feel so connected to your husband, so so deep. It's as if you're, your old-time friends, your best friends. One of the very key components of relationships is feeling that you are best friends with your husband or your wife. You want to be able to feel like you can tell them anything. And ladies and men, I will tell you right now, if you're in your marriage right now and you cannot tell your partner about your secrets, and I'm not talking about your skeletons, okay? But if you can't be honest with them and tell them about, things that are important to you, if you cannot do that, that's a huge red flag. That's a huge challenge that you have in your marriage that you need to correct immediately. Immediately, no questions asked. If you love that person and you want to be with them for the rest of your life, you're going to have to fix that, because one of the key components with relationships is going to making sure that you have that connection as you would have with a best friend. And you are going to be, feeling comfortable. You're going to feel safe sitting and having that conversation with your husband or your wife. It's just simple as that. You may not think it that way, but trust me, your subconscious thinking, if you think that you can't trust that person to let them know what is important in your life, you got a huge problem, and you have to get that fixed immediately. Okay, so there you have it. Let me do a quick recap for you. Number 1 is going to be, you can't flirt your way out of emotional disconnection. You can't do that, guys. Mostly the guys do that. Okay, you flirt and you think that, oh my God, there's a connection. Number 2 is going to be, intimacy without honesty is a performance. Ladies, this is mostly for you, because we can sit in the bed and we're like, and you're not feeling anything. So, ladies, don't, okay? Number 3 is going to be, real romance start with real conversation. This is for the guys. Well, the females know that we have that real connection with conversations, but I'm telling the guys that you need to start having true, real conversation with your wife. Start having those conversations, because those conversations, when they're deep, you're vulnerable, you're letting, your guard down, you're making her feel so safe. And, she's giving you back that safety net to make you feel safe, to tell her, your deepest, secrets or important things that is to you. That's going to make it so much a turn on for you. And I'm telling you guys, when you have that deep conversation and you're completed and you feel satisfied with that deep conversation, then comes the blow. Then comes that blow up sexual intimacy. You're feeling like, oh my God, I want to screw his brains out. I just want to, they're not thinking about being a maid. They're not thinking about doing this. They are going to be so safe and trusting you. They're going to be open and willing to do anything. Well, let me not say anything. but most things with you. So there you have it. Guys, if you know anybody that could help with this content, any married couple that you think would benefit from this content, please share it. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. And as I always say, hit that notification button so anytime I drop a video, you're always notified. There you have it for day 4. This is Nancy Mitchell with Love Guru, your guide to better relationships. Peace. I'm out.